Minecraft should not be this successful. If you just look at it, and I mean really look at it, it's a game made out of enormous cubes. The animals look like they were folded out of cardboard. The combat is basically clicking until something falls over. There's barely a traditional story, no cinematic campaign, no dramatic voice acting, and the main character has roughly the same emotional range as a wooden door. And yet Minecraft has somehow become more than just a popular video game. It's a childhood memory, creative tool, survival game, social space, educational platform, and endless source of YouTube videos, and for millions of people, a place that feels strangely close to home. You can leave Minecraft for 5 years, hear 3 notes of its soundtrack, and suddenly remember the exact world you built when you were 12. The unfinished castle, the minecart track that barely worked, the dog you accidentally left sitting in a forest and never managed to find again. Minecraft creates memories in a way very few games can. But why? How did a game this simple become one of the most important, recognizable, and emotionally powerful games ever made? Because Minecraft's greatest achievement isn't its building system, its survival mechanics, or even its endless world. It's the fact that Minecraft gives you just enough structure to begin a story, but never tells you what that story has to be. The first few minutes of a new Minecraft world are some of the purest moments in gaming. You appear somewhere completely unknown. Maybe you're standing in a quiet forest, trapped in the middle of a desert. Maybe you spawn on a tiny island with 3 trees and a sheep staring at you like it knows you're already doomed. There's no long tutorial, no character explains the political history of the region, no objective marker tells you to walk 700 meters north. The game simply places you in the world and trusts you to figure things out. You look around, punch a tree, make some wooden tools, then start searching for somewhere safe before the sun goes down. That opening is incredibly simple, but it establishes Minecraft's entire philosophy. You're not entering somebody else's adventure, you are beginning your own. And because Minecraft worlds are procedurally generated, your landscape feels personal. Somewhere out there is a strange mountain formation, an enormous cave, or a village surrounded by cherry trees that may exist in nobody else's world in exactly the same way. You're not simply uncovering locations that a developer has carefully placed for you, you're discovering accidents, weird combinations of terrain, natural structures that were never deliberately designed to look beautiful but somehow do, a waterfall pouring through the roof of a cave, or a village built across the side of a cliff, maybe even a ruined portal half submerged beneath the ocean. Minecraft turns randomness into wonder, and because the graphics are so simple, your imagination fills in the gaps. A blocky forest isn't realistic, but it gives you enough information to understand what it represents. The game isn't trying to show you every leaf, crack, and blade of grass. It gives you a basic visual language and your brain completes the picture. That's why Minecraft can feel more atmospheric than games with infinitely more detail. It doesn't overwhelm your imagination, it invites it to participate. Minecraft is built around one of the best ideas in gaming. Almost everything is both a resource and a possibility. You look at a mountain and see stone, coal and iron, but you might also see the foundation of a castle. Someone else might see a place to carve out a hidden base. Another player might flatten the entire thing because it's blocking the view from their house. The world is not just scenery, it is material. That completely changes your relationship with the environment. In most games, the world is something you move through. In Minecraft, the world is something you can alter. Every block can potentially be removed, replaced, or transformed, and that means even the smallest decision leaves evidence behind. A tunnel you dug becomes part of the world's history. A dirt tower you built while searching for your house remains standing months later. An abandoned shack slowly becomes a monument to the first night you spent there. Minecraft worlds collect memories. You can walk through an old save and almost read your own past. Here's the first house, built before you understood how roofs worked. Here's the second base, where you finally started organizing your chests. And here's the giant project you confidently began and then abandoned after realizing it required approximately 9 million blocks of quartz. The world becomes a physical record of your decisions, and that's why Minecraft creations often feel more personal than items unlocked in another game. A rare weapon might prove you completed a difficult challenge. A Minecraft castle proves you imagined something, gathered the materials and physically constructed it block by block. You didn't simply earn it, you made it. Creative mode lets you build almost anything instantly, and it's brilliant. But survival mode is where Minecraft systems become especially powerful. In survival, every project has a cost. You want a glass roof? You need sand, fuel and furnaces. You want an enchanting room? You need diamonds, obsidian, leather, sugarcane and enough experience to actually use it. You want to build a massive beacon in the center of your base? Well, prepare to spend several evenings underground questioning every decision that led you to this moment. That process gives the final creation weight. The materials have stories attached to them. Those diamonds came from a mining trip where you nearly died in lava. That wood came from a forest several hundred blocks away. Those rare blocks came from another dimension filled with screaming ghosts and aggressive pig people. The building matters because the journey matters. Minecraft's survival loop is incredibly effective because each stage naturally creates the next goal. At first, you just need to survive the night. Then you want better tools, armor, diamonds, enchantments. Then you discover the nether, locate a fortress, gather blaze rods, find the stronghold, and eventually confront the Ender Dragon. But even after defeating the game's closest thing to a final boss, Minecraft doesn't really end. The credits roll, you return home, and suddenly the question is not what does the game want me to do next? It's what do I want to do next? Build a city, create an automatic farm, explore ancient cities, collect every music disc, construct an enormous statue of a chicken for reasons you cannot properly explain. Minecraft constantly gives you objectives, but rarely turns them into obligations. You're free to chase progression, ignore it completely, or become distracted halfway through because you found a nice field and decided it needed a windmill. Minecraft has lore, dimensions, and mysterious structures, but it does not rely on a traditional narrative. Instead, its best stories happen naturally. You get lost during a mining trip, your friend accidentally burns down the wooden house, a creeper explodes beside the animal pen, every cow escapes, and suddenly the entire evening becomes a livestock recovery operation. These moments are funny because they were not scripted. The game's system collided, something unexpected happened, and now everyone involved remembers it. That is immersion storytelling. Minecraft gives players simple mechanics, then allows those mechanics to produce unpredictable situations. Even death becomes part of the drama. You fall into lava while carrying your best equipment, and suddenly you're racing against time to recover anything that wasn't incinerated before it disappears. You travel thousands of blocks, become completely lost, and have to survive with whatever you can find. You accidentally look at an Enderman and spend the next 30 seconds running through the forest while regretting your lack of social etiquette. Minecraft is brilliant at turning small mistakes into memorable adventures, and multiplayer magnifies everything. Playing Minecraft with friends can be organised cooperation or complete chaos. One person is building the house, one person is collecting resources, and the other has vanished for 2 hours and returns riding a horse, carrying 17 flowers and refusing to explain where they've been. Everyone develops a role, even when nobody planned it. The builder, the explorer, the redstone genius, or the player who spends the entire session committing minor crimes against the village population. A multiplayer world becomes a shared history. The buildings, jokes, arguments, and disasters belong to the group. Years later, you may not remember every game you played together, but you'll remember that world. Minecraft is often loud, chaotic, and ridiculous, but some of its most powerful moments are incredibly quiet. You're building alone at night. Rain begins falling outside. You're deep underground, placing torches along a cave wall. The sun rises over a landscape you've slowly transformed over several weeks, then the music begins. C418's original soundtrack is one of the most important parts of Minecraft's identity because it never tries to dominate the experience. It appears very, very gently. Sometimes you barely notice it starting, but suddenly, a simple piano melody changes the emotional tone of everything around you. The music can make an empty world feel peaceful, lonely, and nostalgic at the same time. And nostalgia is essential to understanding Minecraft. For many people, Minecraft was not simply a game they completed. It was a place they spent time. That distinction matters. You remember playing Minecraft after school, talking to friends over a headset, watching tutorials because you had no idea how redstone worked, downloading strange adventure maps, trying to summon Herobrine despite absolutely knowing it was fake. Minecraft is attached to periods of people's lives, which is why returning to it can feel surprisingly emotional. You aren't only remembering the game, you're remembering who you were when you played it. Part of Minecraft's longevity comes from how adaptable it is. A child can treat it like a digital box of building bricks. A technical player can create machines, logic systems, and absurdly effective farms using redstone. Artists can build detailed landscapes and enormous sculptures. Programmers can create mods. Teachers can use it to explain subjects. Entire communities can build role-playing servers, minigames, and economies and social worlds inside it. Minecraft is not one specific experience. It's a platform for thousands of experiences. The modding community expanded that idea even further. New dimensions, creatures, technology systems, magic, improved visuals, and complete transformations have kept the game fresh for people who have already spent thousands of hours inside it. Then there are custom maps and servers. Survival games, parkour challenges, adventure stories, competitive modes, and enormous collaborative projects all exist within the same basic framework. Minecraft became successful partly because Mojang created a great game, but it became culturally unstoppable because players kept finding new ways to use it. YouTube was also a massive part of that success. Minecraft is almost perfectly designed for video. Every world is different, every creator can have a different goal. A video can be a tutorial, comedy series, a building challenge, survival story, a technical explanation, or a dramatic multiplayer event. The game became a stage on which creators could build entire careers, and each new generation discovers Minecraft through slightly different people, servers, updates, and trends. That's why it never truly belongs to one era. It keeps being rediscovered. Modern games are often obsessed with holding your attention. They fill the screen with markers, daily challenges, battle passes, timed events, and constant reminders that you should be doing something. Minecraft is confident enough to leave you alone. It allows boredom, and that sounds like criticism, but it's actually one of its greatest strengths. When the game stops giving you obvious instructions, your imagination has room to take over. You begin inventing your own goals, improve your village, build a road between two bases. Maybe you organize your storage system because living out of 48 randomly placed chests is no longer acceptable behavior. Minecraft understands that players do not always need a reward flashing on screen. Sometimes the satisfaction is simply looking at something that did not exist yesterday. That's increasingly rare. Minecraft doesn't constantly ask, how do we keep the player engaged? It asks, what tools can we give the player and what will they do with them? That trust is at the heart of everything. So what makes Minecraft special? It's the freedom, obviously, the exploration, creativity, the survival mechanics, music, and community. But lots of games have those things. Minecraft's real magic comes from the way they all work together. The world is simple enough to understand but deep enough to keep surprising you. It gives you danger but also comfort, progression but never forces you to follow it. It gives you an enormous world and allows you to make one small corner of it feel like home. Most games show you something incredible. Minecraft gives you the tools to create something incredible yourself, and because you created it, you care about it. That ugly first house matters, that dog matters, that unfinished castle matters. Not because the game says they're important, but because they belong to your story. Minecraft has survived for so long because it is not really one game, it is whatever you needed it to be when you open that world. An adventure, creative outlook, a place to meet friends, a quiet escape, or a childhood memory preserved in blocks. And maybe that is Minecraft's greatest accomplishment. It gave millions of people an empty world and asked them to make something. And somehow, they made it special.